सर सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है।
So we'll start in next 2 minutes, sir.
ओके।
Okay, so we are starting. Am I sufficiently audible to each and everyone? You can write in the chat box. One or two of the participants can write in the chat box. Am I sufficiently audible to each and everyone?
या
You can write in the chat box. So perfect. After you get onboarded with us, you have to visit our Mulyankan AI website. After you get onboarded with us, you have to visit Mulyankan AI website. Even if you don't know our website, please write in a Google Mulyankan Gurukul AI. I'm again repeating, if you even if you don't know our website domain, do write Mulyankan Gurukul AI in a Google. It will take you towards our website. Now the best part is that we have collated the Excel-based dashboard and a GPT under a single window. We have collected the Excel-based dashboard and a GPT under a single window. So you don't have to again go to your cloud. You have to log in to the mail. You have to look after the Mulyankan Gurukul folder and open it. You will get the same thing under a GPT section itself. So let me just introduce with respect to the Mulyankan GPT. So this is India's first custom-made AI. Let me just focus you on this particular word. It is India's first custom-made AI which is being made for MFD RIA and it is backed by a data science. It's a custom-made AI. Why we are calling it a custom-made AI? Because you have to ask prompt or you have to ask the question from a perspective of an advisor. You don't have to ask question from a perspective of an investor. If you ask the question from the perspective of the investor, it will not give you the right answer. So you have to make your prompt in the way the advisor asks. So for an example, how investor will ask the question, he will ask that give me the best fund. I am an aggressive investor and want to invest in 12 months. So this is not an appropriate question. Give me the best fund. I am an aggressive investor and I want to invest for 12 months. This is not an appropriate question from an advisor perspective. Or let's say, give me the three best fund which could double in next 3 years. Again, this is the question from a investor perspective. My GPT will not give you an answer. Or let's say third thing, what will be the impact of US election and stock market? It will not give you an answer. It will never ever forecast on the basis of event or it will never ever forecast on the basis of news. The beauty about data science is it is less or let's say it is least bother about the news and event or the market level. It is least bother about the news or the market level or the event. Whatever working it will do, it will go into your entire dashboard, will deploy all the kind of analytics, and then it will give you the answer which will be very structured, specific, and a human like. So this is the overall overview of a Mulyankan GPT. So you have to use it from an advisor perspective. The way advisor work, you have to do in the similar manner. Rather than jumping on the fund, you have to ask the question from a top-down approach. So how to ask question from a top-down approach? Let's illustrate going forward. So once we log in our this particular domain, which is in the name of Mulyankan Gurukul AI, then go into your login GPT section. And once you'll click on login GPT on the right hand side, it will take you towards a login panel. And again, in your login panel, please write your ID and password, which has been shared by Varsha and your personal WhatsApp. I'm again repeating, please write your ID and password, which has been shared by Varsha and your personal WhatsApp. Even if you have missed the personal WhatsApp or you have deleted that particular message, you can ping Varsha anytime. She will give your user ID and password. So just write your user ID and write your password. And please don't forget to change your password, sir. And then sign in. Once you sign in, now let me give you a broader navigation of this particular window. So if you click on a logout, it means you will log out from here or from a notification. Once you click on a notification, you will have a broader action point from here. Whatever are the important alerts or whatever are the important, signals or the system which has generated to do any particular very important action, all the important observation, all the important alerts and the signal you will find in a notification button. So even if you are not following, I don't know what to ask, I know what to ask. If you just look after the notification, what are the important notification, or let's say what are the key observation, even from that you will have an entire bird eye view with respect to the capital allocation framework. I'm again repeating, even if you just want a broader bird eye view, that if a money is coming to you and you want to take a broader action, just click on a notification button. So from a notification button, right now there are basically two notification. It's an October month average for a P and PBV, and it's an October month average for a valuation cycle, earning cycle, and a fine tuner. So even if you're looking just these two things, you will have an entire bird eye view that if a capital is coming to you, what is the decision which you should take with respect to the capital? Means with respect to the allocation of that capital. So the P and PB score right now, if I talk about the October monthly average, it's 0.68 and 0.36. It's 0.68 and 0.36. If both are near to 0.5, then you should never ever hesitate to buy the equity. If any one of it is near to zero, then you should overweight into equity. If both are near to zero, then with respect to the fresh capital, even if you are taking a loan, take a loan and buy equity. So right now the score are 0.68 and 0.36. So even if you don't understand this score, so this is a part 2 session for our user. In part 1 session, we usually navigate you throughout with respect to the Mulyankan dashboard. So in Mulyankan dashboard, we usually discuss about the score, about the broader navigation of our Excel dashboard, and how to select the category and the subcategory. So today is a part 2 of our training session, which is totally focusing on a Mulyankan GPT. So I'm not going into detail for each and every score, or let's say for a broader score. I'm assuming that you have already covered that particular video tutorial. And after that video tutorial, you are coming here and you understand what the scores are. Just one thing I want to again repeat, that whatever evaluation or whatever assessment which is being done by the Mulyankan system, or which is being done by the framework and system of a Mulyankan Gurukul, is totally on the basis of score analysis. We don't believe in the bank theory of evaluation. The way environment is changing, the way regime is changing, that bank philosophy made on the basis of past data doesn't going to work. So what we do use to have a look at the same time tested valuation metric, but we do consider 20 plus time tested metric. After that, we use to calculate various score, and here you are getting a distilled score in the form of valuation cycle, earning cycle, and a fine tuner. So even if you're looking after a broader score with respect to the price loading and price to book value, broader score with respect to the 10-year GSEC, and the distilled score with respect to the valuation earning cycle, you will have a complete understanding with respect to the cycle and standing, and you will able to build your own capital allocation framework. So I will again repeating, if you don't have a time, just look at the notification part. It will clear you with respect to the action. Once we'll click on a back button. Second, I will urge you to go for a profiling note, because the way in which we have profiled the different investor, it is totally on the quantity basis. So our entire GPT is trained for this particular investor profile. So I strongly believe that we have covered 95% of the investor profile which is being catered by MFD and RIA community. All our profiling of the investor are on the basis of quantitative data, because we are from a background of a data science, so we don't take into qualitative data of investor profile. All these key attribute of each and every profile is divided into 4 parts. What is the time horizon? What is the downside deviation an investor can see? What is the upside participation he want? And what is the frequency of rebalancing which he allows you to do in his portfolio? Or let's say in a very simple, baby to understand language, what is the portfolio view adjustment which you will do in a journey of, let's say, 10 year or 15 year? So our entire profiling is being done, or let's say, if you want to study the key attribute of each and every profile, it has to be through a 4 different parameter: time horizon, what is the downside deviation, what is the upside participation, and the frequency of rebalancing. So here you will get all the profile. 95% of your investor profile will be get covered in here. So our GPT is being trained to address all these kind of investor profile. Please go through it, sir. Now this is a notification profiling note for your broader understanding with respect to the capital allocation. If you are very keen, if you have a time, energy, or let's say if you want an in-depth exploration, if you want to deep dive into the research part, now all those cloud-based dashboard for which you have to access through a mail, now you'll find that in a file section. Now you don't have to every time go into the mail and then you have to check that cloud-based link. You can download all those Excel-based dashboards. If you have a time, energy, and let's say if you want to deep dive into the research work, now all the Excel dashboards are here. You can just click on a download, and from a download button, you can go and you can navigate each and every workbook as per your desired area. Now, who don't know the basic about the prompting with respect to the GPT, I have attached the prompting Rady reckoner also. So please download this file also. If you don't know how to prompt, or if you don't know how to ask the question from an advisor perspective, which I suppose that 90% of advisors know, but even if you want to have a guide, or let's say a Rady reckoner with respect to that, so with respect to that I have uploaded a file in the name of prompt question Rady reckoner here. So you can download this file also. So you will able to understand how to run this particular GPT. And who want to deep dive with respect to the research work with respect to the Excel dashboard, now all the Excel dashboard you will find here itself. Now again click back on the button. It will take you towards our main panel of a GPT. So please go through these 4 buttons, sir: notification, profiling note, and files. Now let me start with the thing that is I don't know what to ask. I'm starting with the I don't know what to ask. So from here, this is a pre-populated question which is being asked pan-India. So whatever questions which is coming from a pan-India, we have collated some of the frequently asked questions from a pan-India, so that even if you don't know what to ask, just click on I don't know what to ask. Now these are the basic questions which are being asked by pan-India users. We have collated the same under a single roof. Now suppose, so there are 2 kind of now if you know, this is basically for a new user, so you know our system works for a two kind of basically profile. For the first profile, it doesn't take into consideration the investor risk profile, and it only incorporate the risk profiling of asset class and category, and on the basis of risk profiling of asset class and category, it gives you a broader view that what should be the category, what should be the allocation, without taking into consideration what is the risk profile of an investor. And in second scenario, we will integrate both the risk profile of an investor with the risk profile of asset class and category, and then we will have a integrated answer. So till date, our advisor are well acquainted with respect to the risk profiling of an investor. That means setting a time horizon, studying a goal, or let's say how to do a goal planning. All these are being all these comes under the risk profiling of investor. Now the main question is a risk profiling of asset class and category. Now that is being done by the GPT. So first of all, it will give you the answer only with respect to the risk profiling of asset class and category. If you'll ask the question with respect to the risk profiling of an investor, then it will integrate the both, and then it will give you the integrated answer. So let's look at the let's look at this from the first perspective. So let's look at this from a debt perspective itself. Now it doesn't know what is the risk profile of an investor with respect to the debt. Now it will only give you answer while you will click on this particular tab, that is broader capital allocation based on current score. Now it is giving you broader capital allocation based on current score on the basis of debt. It doesn't know what is the investor risk profile, whether he want to invest for a 1 month or whether he want to invest for a 6 month. It doesn't know. Now what it will do, so until unless the system is running, please don't stop the system. Or let's say now the explanation part is over. So it is now telling you that whatever money you are bringing in debt, 20% of your money should be in long-term debt right now, 80% of your money should be in short-term debt right now. What should be the category? It should be the corporate bond category. So now it is giving answer totally on the assessment of where are we standing in the cycle. Now let me minimize this particular window from here, from this click button. Now the window is minimized. Now let me look at the same question, but now the question is changed. Allocation guidance for debt investor according to time horizon. This was without time horizon. Now I am asking the same question with respect to the time horizon. So just click on this. See, until unless it is analyzing, please don't stop it. So it is telling for up to 1 month, go into the overnight fund. Up to 3 months, go into liquid fund right now. From 6 months to 18 months, it is going you to go for a for up to 6 months, it is going you for to say for a floating rate fund. Up to 18 months, it is telling you to go for a short-term debt fund. And for 18 months, it is telling you to go for a corporate bond fund. So now the same answer is being bifurcated on the basis of a time horizon. Now it is nothing like a fixed, questions are fixed, but answers are dynamic. Even for a 6 month, it could tell you the corporate bond category, or let's say if it doesn't find the interest rate scenario very favorable, even for a 6 month, it could tell you the liquid fund also. So that is the beauty of integrating the assessment of the cycle and integrating the profile of the investor. So there is no thumb rule like if a money is coming for 6 months, then it should definitely go into floating rate fund. It can go into floating rate also, it can go into corporate bond also, it can go into liquid fund also. It totally depends upon what is the risk profile of an investor and where are we standing in the cycle. That means the assessment of the cycle in the zone of a interest rate cycle. So coming back, so here you will find the entire question which are being populated on the basis of pan India, where users are asking frequently asked questions. We will have the frequently asked question here, but the answers are dynamic. You're getting my point? So now let me take you towards again back to home and I know what to ask section. So again we are moving to back to home and we are going to ask I know what to ask. Now tell me. So I am opening this forum for each and everyone. Please ask question from a top-down perspective. I am again repeating. Please ask question from a top-down perspective rather than a bottom-up perspective. So what is the top-down perspective? Let's say if a money is coming to you and you are not bothered about the profile of the investor. You doesn't know the profile of an investor. Only you want to take the decision that if a money is coming to you today, what you should do with respect to that money. Sub allocation. Without taking into the consideration of our investor profile, let's look into this particular question. So first, what will be the first question then? Whether shall I go for lump sum or STP? Now it doesn't know about the profile of the investor. Na? It will give you answer on the basis of entire assessment of the cycle. Whether shall I go for lump sum or STP, it doesn't look into whether an investor is a no profile or a lump sum or let's say moderate or a conservative. Just you are asking question on the basis of assessment of the cycle. Whether shall I go for a lump sum or STP? So what is the system it's telling you? The system will guide you when to start and when to stop the STP on the basis of cycle zone. Currently, it is advisable to maintain a neutral equity position. That means half of the money will come into the equity and run the STP for the remaining amount. Now, what will be the next question I want to what will be the next question which you will ask this? Which category you suggest in equity? Which category you suggest in equity? So it should be very structured, sir. It should be totally from it. So now you're getting the first of all, you got the strategy that if you're bringing money, half of the money should be neutral equity and half of the money should be in STP mode for the remaining amount. Now the next question is in which equity category? So it is telling you the flexicap category. Now, what will be the third question which you will ask? The third question which you will ask for how many months shall I run the STP? So one should execute weekly STP for 30 months. So it is giving you step-by-step answer for each and every question. Now what will be the next question? So suppose if you want to do this particular STP from a floating rate category and if we want to invest half of the money in FlexiCap fund. Now what will be the next question? Give me list of FlexiCap fund in green and yellow. Or before FlexiCap, at least you write equity. So it should know that you are talking about equity FlexiCap. Even though system is trained, but you should write the category, broader category name also. Give me list of equity FlexiCap fund in green and yellow. Next, we will ask, give me list of debt floater fund in green and yellow. So here you have got the entire FlexiCap fund with green and yellow color. That is means the fund which can do as you know, the entire computer system is being made on the basis of binary 0 and 1. Our entire framework and system is being made on the basis of three color: green, red, and yellow. Green, yellow, and red. So whatever question you ask the question from a color perspective. So now you have asked, give me a list of equity flexi cap fund in green and yellow. Yellow. It has given you that these are the green and yellow flexi cap fund which you can consider. Similarly, if you want to run the STP for the 30-month, and if you are deciding from a debt floater fund, so ask, give me list of debt floater fund in green and yellow. It will give you the list of floater rate floating fund also. So whatever you research you do and you take for 2 hours, 3 hours to do for with respect to the capital allocation, it will give you the answer in 15 seconds. And let me assure you with respect to one thing, sir, again, with respect to the performance, and I'm again not boasting about you versus me, which I usually tell to the user. It is not about you versus me. It is about we as a human being. Again, I'm talking about we whole as a Homo sapien versus the system which is like a self-correcting, which is like a supercomputer. So V versus supercomputer, it has 99.9% probability to outperform our decision on 5-year rolling basis. Plus, it has 99.9% probability to attach an advisor alpha, whatever alpha you are creating with respect to your knowledge and experience. It has 99.9% probability to attach extra advisor alpha to your existing portfolio. Third, it has 99.9% probability that suppose if it is telling you to go for a lump sum mode, if it is telling you to go for a lump sum mode in mid cap, and exactly you're doing the opposite of it. Let's say you're going for STP mode, or let's say you're going for you're going at a balance advantage fund or multi-asset fund, you have 99.9% probability to get wrong on extreme scenario. So I'm not talking about the mid scenario, but on an extreme scenario, it has a 99.9% probability to get prove us wrong. Means I'm not telling you as a wrong, I'm telling Homo sapien, or let's say human being as a wrong. So we as a wrong, the probability of getting right is only 0.1%. So why so high probability with respect to the system? Very simple. It has a structured framework. It is working on a very robust system. It is self-correcting. It can see all those things which human mind can't see. It can process all those things which is beyond a human, let's say, capability. And our human memory is a very short term. It is very judgmental. It is very narrative based. It is very news and event based. The data science is least bother about all these factors. So that's why we call it a 99.9% probability. So we call it, so even if I want to fight with this system, me as an assistant, I want to fight this system, I have only 0.1% probability to get right, or let's say 0.1% probability to outperform this system. So again, it is not about you versus me, it is all about we as a Homo sapien versus this system. So similarly, so this is how you will get the list of a. Now suppose if you don't get your desired list here, you can ask your view also. Suppose you can ask, give me a view on Nippon India Flexi Cap Fund. So you can ask from it, or you can give the instruction to it to have just a second opinion with respect to the fund. So again, I will want to mention our expertise is in a top down. Our expertise is not with respect to the fund filtration. It is just an additional hand-holding service which we are providing to you so that you can accelerate your research process. So Nippon India FlexiCap Fund, the color code is yellow. Yes, you can consider this particular fund. So this is how you should actually operate. Now, whatever system is telling you, it is least bothered about the investor risk profile. It doesn't know about the investor risk profile. But we know that you as an advisor community totally focus upon the risk profiling of investor. Now, let's say you have already done the risk profiling of investor. Now, let's ask the question from a risk profile of investor. Let's say very recent question which was there in a which was there. I want to invest for widow client looking for SWP after 5 year with moderate profile. Suggest me allocation for 60 lakh, or let's say for 70 lakh. Suggest me allocation. So this is where the advisor role play will come. He has met the investor, he has understood the investor profile, and now he is asking the question with respect to the profiling of the investor. Now, what the system will do during this analyzing, it will integrate the assessment of the cycle, it will understand your profile also, and now it will give you the integrated answer. So what it is telling you? So it is telling you for the both set of advisors who want to go for limited rebalancing and who want to go for a regular rebalancing. So for the set of advisors who want to go for a limited rebalancing means they will adjust the portfolio only on extreme scenario. For them, what it is telling you now that 70 lakh rupees out of 70 lakh rupees, 21 lakh rupees should be in diversified equity fund and 49 lakh rupees should be in balance advantage fund. So this is the portfolio positioning which is more important than a fund selection or let's say making a cash flow planning. Now who want to go for a regular balancing? Out of 70 lakh rupees, it is telling you 31 lakh rupees should be in flexi cap fund and 38 lakh rupees should be in corporate bond fund. As simple as that. So it has addressed both set of advisors who want to do a regular who want to do a minimalistic readjustment and who want to do a regular readjustment. Now the choice is upon you, means which you want to choose. So 90% of advisor will go for a limited rebalancing. So here is the portfolio. Is this clear to each and everyone, sir? Now, what is the best part coming after this?
हेलो
That
आशीष अजय,
yeah, Ajay sir, please.
ये इसमें स्कीम के नेम भी आता है क्या?
हाँ आता है सर. I have already shown you ना. You have just joined in. यहाँ पे आता है देखो. ठीक है. I'm asking the scheme now. So let's say now you have got the portfolio positioning with respect to the ratio and proportion of a category selection and at what ratio, what should be a category allocation, right? You have got the category selection and now you have got at what ratio you should be your category allocation. Now the next question will be, give me list of flexi cap fund comes under equity category, right? So write equity. Give me list of equity flexi cap fund with green color. And next question will be, give me list of balance advantage fund comes under hybrid, right? Hybrid balance advantage fund with, let's say if you want to increase your universe, write green and yellow color. If you want to increase your universe with respect to the fund selection. So here are the prioritized flexi cap fund which you can do.
Ashish, what does green and yellow mean? What are the parameters set for green and yellow?
So sir, yes. So Ketan sir, you can ask this. You can again ask this GPT actually asking me. Shall we ask this? Yes. Take it.
Yeah.
Just a minute. Hello. Anamika ma'am. Yes. Ma'am, I'm held in this session, but yes, you definitely can talk. I've just muted for 1 minute. Ma'am, it will be elongated. It will get complete by 5:30. Yeah. See. Yeah, so actually the last guy which I have met in the product team was excellent, ma'am. If he wouldn't be there, then nothing like it. Yeah. 15 to 20 minutes, hardly. Yeah. No market order. No market order. This will be with respect to the positioning. Only 15 to 20 minutes. Specifically which we have actually internally. Yes. Right. How we can place this as a joint exercise and for internally we are placing some funds, so we need some qualitative input. Of course, we have a quantitative input. We need some qualitative kind of thing. Shall I ask one question? Yeah, will definitely work. Will definitely work. जी 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 जरूर ओके ओके थैंक यू sorry sir, it was an important call. Yes, so it has given you the list of now the if you want to increase the universe. So the question was on what basis this GPT is bifurcating in the on the basis of green and yellow color. So you can definitely ask on what basis you are suggesting fund. Shall I ask one more question? Yes, sir. Please, please. One by one we will take. So it is already given. We classify equity fund using a Sortino information ratio. So we have purchased the data from ICRA and we have deployed our data and our machine is being trained to learn that data. So it is capturing the information in Sortino ratio of various fund and on the basis of that it is divided into green, yellow and red. I'm not asking about the red, but it also give about the red flag fund also. So this is totally on the basis of past data. But if you look after and you will ask on the basis of best fund, so it will consider the potential outperformer also. So even if you see red, but it will give you the rating 1 on the basis of that. Even if this Sortino information ratio on the basis of past is not looking good, but on the basis of future, this could be the potential outperformer. Do you want to see or do you want to ask what will the question? So you can ask this question. Simple question. Give me list of best fund in equity category. So for the set of advisor whose investor set is totally depending upon you, who have to do the entire handholding, which entire handholding part has to be taken care by the advisor on behalf of investor. So you can just ask which give me list of best fund in equity category. Now it will classify fund on the basis of two, on the basis of past Sortino information ratio and on the basis of a Marina, which we will cover in the next session, that what could be the potential outperformer in terms of style. And on the basis of that potential outperformance, it will suggest you some of the fund which will be like the contra in the industry, which is like a contra in the industry. Let's look at the fund right now. So have you seen this? Axis blue chip, will you able to do it? Axis blue chip will never do it. Axis Focus 25 will never do it. DSP mid cap, you will never do it. But these are some of the contra fund which it is suggesting. Now, if you'll ask, give me the entire list. So these are the fund. If you suggest to the investor, and if you go to the money control, or let's say if you go to the value search, he will come back to you and he will bombard you. But if you want to choose some of the potential outperformer, even though it is not performing good right now, you can ask the system. It is being trained for that. So let's ask, give me whitelist fund in equity category. So in whitelist, you are least bothered about the color. You are basically judging on the basis of past plus on the basis of what are the fund which could be a potential outperformer.
Ashish bhai, but yellow means okay to enter or strictly we should go for green? I mean, what does the system considers?
Green and yellow you can prioritize, means green and yellow you can prioritize. Red are the fund which you should avoid in order to have a fresh money. But if you'll ask the give me whitelist fund or let's say give me the best fund, it will give you the although it's let's say it will give you the green fund also. Or let's say even it is giving you the red fund. But this could be the potential outperformer. So if you don't want to get confused, so no one will like to do UTI FlexiCap, right? But if you look into UTI FlexiCap, this could be a potential outperformer on the basis of quality style. So if you don't want to go for a complex system, just write a green and yellow fund and just choose any fund which you like. Going forward, we will be integrating the brokerage also with the fund. So you'll able to make a final judgment on the basis of a green, means on the basis of color and on the basis of brokerage. Again, I will repeat, the main advisor alpha will only get generated from the mode of investment, from the category selection, from the category allocation, and a subcategory selection. Fund selection is the minimalistic area from where the advisor alpha will be created. So even if you want to go for a high brokerage fund, go for a high brokerage fund. But what I am suggesting you, go for a right category at a right cycle. So this is the entire list which is being captured by the GPT. Now you can select any of the fund. Now suppose this is the entire category, right? And this is the entire list which has been captured. Means these are a white list. So even if you don't want to for a contra fund, that you will think that your client will nag on you, or let's say he will bombard on you after looking his own research, then avoid the red kind of fund. But what I'm trying to tell you is that this could be the potential outperformer. And in red, if it is coming one, that means it could be a potential outperformer. So suppose if you just ask me, so suppose if you are meeting with Aditya Birla area manager or of let's say fund manager, and if you want to have a give me green and yellow list of fund in Aditya Birla equity category. You can ask this also. Or let's say you have a Nippon as a favorite MC. I'm just assuming, I'm just making a different permutation and combination of a question. Let's say if Nippon is your favorite MC, and if you want to ask, give me list of equity fund with green. So there are no green fund in Aditya Birla. There are only yellow fund, which are only like 3 fund. Give me list of equity fund with green and yellow in Nippon India.
Shall I ask one more question?
Yeah, Shargun sir. Yes, please ask me.
Yeah, I have seen most of the filtering in white oak schemes are coming into the pictures. Is there any reason?
Balance advantage fund and flexi cap fund is coming into the picture. So what has happened is, because we have the limited set of data for a new MC, so on the basis of qualitative input from the MC, we have suggested some of the fund into the ICRA, and on the basis of that, White Oak flexi cap and White Oak balance advantage fund is coming. Only 2 funds are coming from White Oak stable.
Apart from, is there any, because of your tie-up with the white one, that's the reason?
No, not at all, sir. Not at all, Shargun sir.
Okay. There is no.
To be very frank, different MC have adopted us for a different region. It is not about White Oak. There are like 15 MC who have adopted us. So suppose if I am coming to Chennai with a White Oak, I am coming to Aurangabad from a Bajaj. I am going to Nasik with a Kotak. I am going to Jaipur with a DSP. I am going to, let's say, Patna with ICCI. I am going to let's say Akola with the HDFC. So there's nothing with respect to the any AMC.
Okay.
This is totally machine driven. Only on the basis of feedback from you guys only, we have got the feedback that if you look after the sorting and information ratio, then 90% of MC will not qualify. Then how we will do now the next practical question was how to choose the fund on the basis of, let's say, on the basis of new MC if you don't have information sorting ratio. So we have identified some of the 3 or 4 MC, and we have taken some qualitative input from them. On the basis of that filtration, this new MC are coming, and that too only 1 or 2 or 3 fund are coming within that new MC. So that is our answer, Shargun sir. There are many advisors who are from a different city. They can tell me. Means recently I have done a workshop in Aurangabad. It was through a Bajaj. Before that I have done a workshop in Nasik. It was through a Kotak mutual fund. So there is nothing like a biasness to any particular MC. This is totally machine driven. Let me give one again. We are totally telling our advisor that use this platform from a top-down approach. Don't use this platform for a fund filtration. because there are already n number of tools which are available in industry before us. There are already n number of tools. So this is just a secondary, you can say. This is not our primary expertise. This is just an additional handholding service which we are providing to the advisor so that they can accelerate their research process. ताकि आप जल्दी से कर सको बस, और उसके अलावा कुछ नहीं, एक सेकंड ओपिनियन इस पे. बट द मेन थिंग जो है वो सर ये पोजिशनिंग है, यहां से निकलेगा अल्फा जो ये पहले बताया.
Shishji, I have a doubt.
Sargo sir, is that clear, sir? Because this is a very common question which is being asked. Sargo sir?
Yeah,
Perfect.
hello.
Yes, I got you. I got
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So
Ashishji?
this is the positioning from where the alpha will be created. Now, sir, 1 minute. Let me tell you what is the beauty of this platform. So suppose if I ask the same question, same video profile, she is looking for SWP after 5 years, same moderate, she want to invest, let's say, same 70 lakh rupees. Suggest me allocation for 70 lakh in September. Rather than September 2024, you're asking in September 2020. The whole category positioning and the ratio proportion will get changed. So that is the beauty. So when we are saying 99.9, we are taking into the consideration with respect to the mode of investment, category selection, and a subcategory selection. It is not about a fund selection at that time. Yeah, sir. Next question you can ask me. Yeah. So same question, after 5 years she want this particular thing.
Ashishji, I have a doubt.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, so in the initial question which you asked, on equity, so it said that neutral and STP. No, before this,
So
on the first stage,
the first question.
right?
So it doesn't
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about any
this.
profile, sir. It is simply calculating what should the investor should do, irrespective of his profile right now.
Yeah, so you said that 50-50, 50% direct equity and 50% in
Yes,
STP.
50% in direct, 50% directly in diversified fund, 50% you have to run the STP from let's say from a debt fund. And now we have asked which
So,
category to suggest in equity.
okay, when I ask this question and when the GPT gives me this answer, so I have to assume it's 50-50.
Yeah, 50% in direct equity, 50% in debt, and that you have to run the STP. Then again, you'll ask which fund category. It is telling you the category of the fund. Again, you're asking for how many months I should run the STP. It is telling you to run the STP for 30 months. Now the next question comes, when to stop that STP. So system will generate the alert when to stop that STP. So let me give you, if you're asking me this question, around 23,900 level, the system will generate that when to stop the STP. At that time, the score will be somewhere around 0. Again, it is not like a Pathir ka lucky 23,900. It could be 23,000 also, or it could be 24,200 also. I'm just giving you the approximate level where the system could tell you to stop the entire STP and convert that STP into the equity fund. Am I clear, sir? Suppose if you ask the same question, whether shall I go for a lump sum or STP? Okay? Whether shall I go for a lump sum or STP? What will you suggest in June 2024? So this is for the new set of advisors who are just using this particular tool. But you will be bored to know that for last 2.5 years, it hasn't changed this answer. For last 2.5 years, it was just telling you to put the entire amount into the equity. From a July end itself, that means from a first week of August itself, it has told you to go for a half into the equity and half into the STP mode. So it has given you the answer. You invest a large amount of money all at once. So current recommendation from June 2020 is The system will guide you when to start and when to stop the STP on the basis of market cycle. For now, it is advisable to focus only on equity investment. That means no STP. So this is the recommendation. Suppose if I ask the same basic question without taking into consideration the profile, what you will suggest in April 2022, let's say. Whether shall I go for a lump sum STP? What you will suggest in April 2022? Now, what it will do in the meanwhile, it will go into the April 2022. It will study the entire score of the equity market cycle and then it will give you the suggestion. It doesn't know what is going to come in April 2023 or what is going to come in April 2024. It doesn't know. So system is telling you that system will start you when to start and stop the STP on the market cycle. As of now, it is advisable to run the STP for the entire amount. Pure amount, whatever amount you are bringing in April 2022, run the entire STP for the entire amount. Now, same question. Now it doesn't know when to stop that STP, right? But system will generate that alert whenever it wants to stop your STP. Now, same question in June 2022. So in April, it is telling you to run the STP for the entire amount. Now the next question comes, when to convert that STP into the equity. So this is for the set of user who are actually new. So this is how system actually works. Now, so in current recommendation for June 2022 is focus only on equity investment. That means you have to convert entire your STP amount into equity. And if you are bringing fresh money in June 2022, it should only and only go in equity category. Now, what will be the next question which you will ask? Let's say, what category you recommend in equity? Let's say in 2023 April. Now, whatever question you are asking to the system right now, it doesn't know about the investor risk profile. Now, let me ask the same question from the investor risk profile perspective. So, let's say I have to invest 50 lakh rupees for long term and it is telling you to go into the multi-cap fund. Now you are not asking the question with respect to the profile of the investor. Only you are asking which category you should recommend. So it is asking you the most of the money should go into the multi-cap fund on this particular April 2023. Now you're asking, I want to invest 50 lakh rupees for long term and I am aggressive profile. What will you suggest in April 2023?
Hello.
So, sir, it depends how frequently the information get updated. So, it updated on a fortnightly basis. But most of the time, it will happen that even after 2 years, the allocation and the adjustment part is the same. So, please consider these tool as a medium to long term tool because we have seen to get. So the answer is so. What we have seen in order to get the benefit or let's say the performance to get visible, you have to write the entire market cycle. So if you have the time horizon for an entire market cycle, then only consider these as our tool, sir. Because sometimes the allocation gets changed in 1 month also, and sometimes the allocation ratio doesn't get changed even after 24 months or 36 months. So it totally depends upon the score.
Ashish ji,
So,
since
sir,
we are
you
using
get the same
P,
question, sir.
Hello.
Category which you recommend in April 2023, तो इसने बोल दिया मल्टी कैप फंड में जाना चाहिए. Now you asking the same question. 50 lakh rupees long term aggressive profile. What will suggest in April 2023? So entire 50 lakh rupees it is telling you to go into the equity. Entire 50 lakh rupees. Now out of 50 lakh rupees, 50% is telling you to go into the multi cap fund. 25% mid cap fund, 25% small cap fund. In that, it is telling you to go into 0 rupees. That means it is very confident that in coming time, the equity market scores are very favorable. You are going to make money like anything.
Ashish ji.
Sir, let me complete fast, sir. Please ask, sir.
Yeah, so if we keep the same question and we just say ki not according to April 2023, but according to today,
Yes,
at
yes,
what
yes, you can
would
definitely ask. Sir, that is a very common thing. I am telling you that you can go and you can check for this according to the score which it has advocated in the past also. That is what I am telling you. Of course, it will tell you, sir.
okay. So it has regular updates regarding the market, right?
Right, sir.
Like,
Right. It has a regular update with not respect to the market. Market is actually a broader term. It regularly update on the basis of the scores of the valuation matrix.
okay.
Hello, Ashish.
Yes, sir. Now, what
Uh,
will the next question which you will ask? I want to ask to the advisor. Now, you have got the allocation part. Now, I want to invest 50 lakh rupees. The investor is aggressive. What you will suggest in April 2023? You have got the allocation part. Now, what will be the next question which you'll ask? Give me the list of multi-cap fund with green color. Give me the list of mid-cap fund with green color, or give me list of a green and yellow color with a small cap fund. Or you can ask, these are the multi-cap fund I was trying to suggest to the investor. What is your view? You can ask that also.
हेलो आशीष.
Yeah, just tell me.
हाँ, इसमें ऐसा कोई प्रोविजन है क्या जिसमें एग्जिस्टिंग पोर्टफोलियो अपलोड करके
Sir, Ajay sir, I'm missing you. From which city you are?
पुणे?
Ajay sir, so that is coming going forward. It is coming in 2025. That Manthan is coming in 2025.
ओके.
हाँ, where you will अभी क्या है यहाँ पे, अभी क्या हो रहा है next week, from next week you will get a
हाँ.
sound button here on the left hand side. You just click
Okay.
on a sound button, ठीक है, and you ask कि मैं अभी एक इन्वेस्टर से मिल के आया, मुझे 50 लाख रुपए डालना है, एग्रेसिव इन्वेस्टर है, 8 साल के लिए डालना चाहता है, बताओ क्या करूं. बस as simple as that.
नहीं नहीं, वो ठीक है. इसमें ऐसा मैंने जो पहला क्वेरी पूछा.
नहीं सर, आपकी क्वेरी मैंने आंसर दे दी सर. अभी अपन ने उसका बात करते हैं जो ऑलरेडी बिल्ड हो चुका है सर, उसको देखते हैं पहले.
ओके,
हाँ
ठीक है सर.
हाँ,
ओके.
which is already, sir, let's have a question which is already there in the system. पहले उतना ही सीखते हैं पहले.
ओके ओके.
राइट सर.
आशीष जी.
हाँ संदीप से बताइए.
हाँ, मैं ये पूछ रहा था कि सिंस वी आर यूजिंग पीबी एंड पी रेशियोज और
No, sir, we are using 20 plus matrix, but for your, we are just, I'm just telling you P and PPV score, but internally we are using 20 plus matrix and we are calculating 3 score for that 20 plus matrix. That means you are using 50 plus score.
Okay, so just because of that we are not getting multi-asset category into this, since it is included in hybrid and commodities thing, right?
No, sir, no, sir, no, sir, no, sir. Instead of multi-asset fund, we usually advocate a balanced advantage fund. We advocate multi-asset fund. Internally, it has been built like that it will advocate multi-asset fund only when it will look gold as a favorable category.
Okay, can you put up the data, I mean the history data for the same, so that we will get that output, we'll able to see that out.
Which history data, sir? Which history data?
जस्ट जब भी गोल्ड आउट ये था, गोल्ड का आउटलुक जब भी
So,
स्ट्रांग था.
for gold, you can definitely ask it. So whenever it will tell you to go into the gold, it generally tell you to go into the gold and gold mining. At that time, if you want to go for a hybrid fund or let's say for a fund, then you can consider a multi-asset fund. Right now it is not, and right now it is not advisable. So that's why it is not considering the multi-asset fund right now.
Okay.
Any other questions, sir? But Sandeep sir, but let's say, even if a system is not advocating multi-asset fund because it doesn't want a very khichdi kind of fund, because multi-asset fund is a very khichdi kind of fund. What is the pitch of a multi-asset fund? That it will capture upside also and it will capture downside also, right?
Right.
But it neither capture upside, it neither protect downside if you look into the multi-asset fund. But let's say even after that, if you want to do a multi-asset fund, let's say if you want to do ICICI multi-asset fund, view on ICICI multi-asset fund, you can ask the system. So even if you make your mind that you want to do a multi-asset fund, then at least have a view with respect to that fund. So if you have taken a view on ICICI multi-asset fund, it would have given its view. So sir, it's a green rating with 1, you can definitely do it.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
सर एक क्वेश्चन पूछ सकता हूँ?
Sir, I will take the question now, but it should not be related to the fund, sir.
No, sir. हाँ.
Okay. Let's talk about the strategy and category. Fund it is already available everywhere. All the information is already available. Just use this as a second opinion because ये आप बहुत जल्दी करके देतेगा जो अपने को घंटों लगते हैं. But हम अब strategy और allocations related चलो बात करते हैं. Please ask the question, sir.
सर मेरा
Ashish,
क्वेश्चन ही था.
हाँ.
Ashish,
Yeah, Lalit sir, tell me.
in our message, you say access Excel dashboard from web-based login.
Now, sir, yes, you can access the Excel dashboard from the file menu here itself.
Okay.
Now here you can just go and download all the refreshed Excel workbooks from here itself.
And it is updated almost on every fortnight, right?
On every fortnightly basis, yes.
Okay. Can I have a look at that?
You
How
have
that
to just
Excel
click on
sheet
a
looks
download button,
like?
sir.
No. If you have saved somewhere, can we have view of that?
वो 5 तारीख से अपडेट ही नहीं हुआ.
नहीं सर, तो लास्ट अपडेट तो वैसे भी ऑफ कोर्स अभी तो फोर्टनाइटली होता है ना सर.
फोर्टनाइटली तो 15 के बाद ही
हाँ,
होगा ना.
15 के बाद होगा ना सर. कौन
पर
बोला
जो
5?
लेटेस्ट अपडेट है उसका एक्सेल शीट बताएंगे एक बार कैसा
हाँ,
है?
तो so if you have just click on a download button, just click on a download. Now it has been downloaded here. Just click on
Okay.
the open button then.
सर मेरा
समय मिला
क्वेश्चन ये
तो
था कि
One
अगर
थोड़ा
minute,
सा.
1 minute, sir. Anupam sir, please, 1 minute.
ओके
अच्छा.
ओके.
Now after getting downloaded, enable all the settings. Enable edit,
Yeah.
enable content. Now it is ready.
Okay.
Right. So again,
So now we can individually do drilling in this.
yes sir. So you have to just go again back. In file section, you'll get all the Excel dashboard here.
Okay, got it.
You
If
don't
your
need
time
to again
permits,
go back to
throw
the mail, bookmark my particular mail, and waiting for my update. All those things you will get from a file section itself.
if time permits, throw some light on factor investing also.
Yes, so in factor investing, yes, we will have a different session with respect to the Marina. So Marina is all about factor and style selection. But yes, you can ask the GPT about the factor selection also.
Yeah, one question, please ask.
Yeah.
What is
I
currently?
know what to ask. Okay. Yeah, tell me the question, sir.
Yeah, what is the current factor investing fund in India?
Okay. What is the current style factor shall I invest across market cap? You want for large cap or you want for across?
Anything
market?
across.
So you can write. So this is a very good question. You can write across market cap also. You can ask for a large cap, mid cap, small cap also.
Okay.
Any other questions, sir, apart from this? Okay. So right now it is given you the fund. Yes, we will ask for that also. These are the large cap fund which you can suggest in a large cap factor, low all, and UTI Nifty 500 value 50 index. In mid cap, DSP Nifty mid cap. In small, it is Mirai Asset Nifty small cap 250 momentum. And so fund marked with 1 hour currently favorable for a investment.
So no actively managed fund, only passives.
Yes, sir, only passive. It will give you only the list of passive managed funds.
Okay.
And if you ask the same question for a ratio and proportion, what is the current style?
Can you ask the same question with the active management funds?
1 minute, sir. Suggestion. What is the current style suggestion? Across market,
Sir,
I want, let's say, I want to invest 25 lakh rupees. Yes, sir. What was the next question? Yeah, someone was telling me something. Please, sir.
यस सर सर मुझे ये पूछना था कि फाइनेंस प्रोफाइल मतलब इन्वेस्टर का प्रोफाइल रिस्क मेजरमेंट और प्रोफाइल मैनेजमेंट के लिए जो हम क्वेश्चंस डाल सकते हैं वो कैलकुलेट करके प्रोफाइल मेजर कर सकता है क्या, या उसके हिसाब से फिर फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग करके दे सकता है?
नहीं सर, आई डेंट गेट यू सर. सर प्रोफाइल तो आप डिसाइड करोगे ना, इन्वेस्टर्स आप मिलते हो तो प्रोफाइल तो आप डिसाइड करोगे कि एग्रेसिव है कि मॉडरेट है कि कंजर्वेटिव है, लमसम डालना चाह रहे हैं कि
नहीं
एसआईपी डालना चाह रहे हैं कि एसडब्ल्यूपी डालना चाह रहे हैं, ये आप असेसमेंट करोगे सर.
वो नहीं सर, वो ऐसे नहीं कि मतलब उसका रिस्क लेने का एपिटाइट कितना है वगैरह की
नहीं नहीं नहीं
मेजर
सर, नहीं
मेजर्स।
यू आर टोटली कमिंग इन द रॉन्ग डायरेक्शन. This is the job which is being done by you. This is not the job which is being done by the system. You have to tell that this is a widow investor. She is looking for 25 lakh rupees and she is a moderate investor. My system will not tell कि widow moderate है. मेरे system को नहीं मालूम एक widow aggressive भी हो सकती है actually में. So that is totally your job.
ओके
हाँ हाँ.
Ashish ji, why is data getting updated fortnightly?
Yeah sir, on fortnightly basis. But you will get the score on a daily basis. You must be getting a score on a daily basis.
Okay.
From a group, you must be getting it.
Fine, fine.
Right, sir. So, what is the current style suggestion across market? I want to invest 25 lakh rupees. So, this is the case study which you have to furnish. Right, as told you, 18 lakh rupees should go in large cap, 3 lakh in mid cap, 3 lakh in small cap. And now it has given you the favorable style or a factor. So, it has given you the allocation, it has given you the style, and it has given you in which market cap. So, that is the beauty. So one question, sir, the advisor who are asking, does it do a risk profile? No, sir, it doesn't do a risk profile. It's consider the risk profile which is being done by the advisor. But suppose if you don't have a risk profiling tool, you can consider my profiling note from here and do the risk profiling of your investor. If you don't have your own tool to do a risk profiling, then this is the basic tool which you can use to do your risk profiling of the investor. But sir, am I clear with that?
यस यस
Okay.
श्योर सर. लास्ट क्वेश्चन की मतलब टूल्स है मतलब कैलकुलेटर टूल्स इसमें यूज कर सकते हैं कि मतलब उसको उनको इतना इतना कॉर्पस चाहिए आफ्टर 5
Yes,
years.
yes. So I want to accumulate. Let's take a real life question now. I want to accumulate 1 crore rupees after 10 year. Assumed return on investment is 12%. इसको सब बताना पड़ता है ना सर, याद रखना कि कंपाउंडेड है,
यस
नहीं करता है खुद से, कंपाउंडेड एनुअली. What should be the SIP amount per month? अभी इतना लिखने में टाइम लग रहा है सर, बाद में पूछ लेना. 1 करोड़ रुपए जमा करना है भाई साहब, 12% का ROI है जो कंपाउंडेड एनुअली होगा, मुझे कितनी की SIP करनी चाहिए, बस इतना पूछ लेना बटन दबा के.
ओके
ठीक है, तो पहला क्वेश्चन आप ये पूछोगे. कितना आ गया सर? SIP अमाउंट कितने की रन करनी है?
35,000.
आप सेकंड क्वेश्चन क्या पूछोगे बताओ इससे?
कहाँ पे कर विच कैटेगरी?
बहुत बढ़िया. सो आई वांट टू इन्वेस्ट 35,000 rupees SIP for 10 year. Suggest me allocation.
कैटेगरी.
बस सर इस पे एलोकेशन बोल देना, कर देगा.
ओके.
अब नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या पूछोगे सर, फिर बताओ इसके बाद, एक बार आ जान देते फिर बोलो इसके बाद क्या क्वेश्चन पूछोगे।
सर सजेस्ट द स्कीम्स।
राइट, बहुत परफेक्ट, बहुत बढ़िया सर। सो केस स्टडी बता दिए, एलोकेशन पूछ लिए, फिर स्कीम पूछ लिए। अब इसका आगे 28,000 फ्लेक्सी कैप में डाल दो, 3,500 मिड कैप में डाल दो, और 3,500 रुपए स्मॉल कैप में डाल दो। अगर सेम अगर आप मान लो,
आशीष, अगर सेम क्वेश्चन में 18% ROI बोलता तो एलोकेशन चेंज हो जाता।
नहीं सर, एक्चुअली नॉट, बट दिस इज
वो
अ वेरी
फ्लेक्सी कैप निकल जाता ना, मिड कैप
but this
स्मॉल
is a
कैप की
very real
कैटेगरी बढ़
life
जाती।
question, and this we are going to incorporate this because indirectly what you are telling to the system is कि even though it is for a 10-year, but you are trying to make a very aggressive portfolio for it.
क्योंकि फ्लेक्सी कैप मिड कैप का एलोकेशन इंक्रीज हो जाता फिर
हाँ, वो
अगर हम,
increase हो जाता, of course,
क्योंकि अभी 12%
right
कैप
now
किया वो।
system is not trained for that, but of course, but if you ask the same question, suggest me allocation, but on the basis of the assessment of a cycle, it will change the allocation, let's say in September 2020.
वो तो एग्रेसिव रहेगा।
हाँ, तो चेंज कर देगा, बट सपोज सेम क्वेश्चन है, but if you're asking the suggest me allocation September 2020, it will change the allocation because it at that time it might consider, I don't know what will the answer, but at that time it might consider multi-cap as the most favorable category rather than a flexi-cap. Yes, so multi-cap it has given the most allocation. 24,500 multi-cap, 5,000 mid-cap, 5,000 small cap. So, Shastri, you are getting this? So, suppose if you have changed the time, the allocation is changed. So, it is not only integrating the risk profiling of an investor, it is integrating the cycle and the zone study of a category as well. So, that is how it is integrating the growth and giving you the comprehensive answer.
Okay, sir.
So I have one question, sir.
Yeah,
suppose you suggesting some thing for green category, okay?
Right.
I can recommend to a client to green category fund. All of a sudden, the green to red. Can I get notification from your side? These funds have suddenly changed to green to red.
Right.
For example, some small cap PGM fund giving very good returns. Once fund manager changes, it will be
So
green to red.
You can stop putting fresh money then. Even if you're not switching your existing asset, but stop putting your fresh money then.
Okay. But you get any notification from your side? For example, for 10 funds are red. Red to yellow, it is not, sorry, green to yellow, that's a problem. Some funds are green to red. It is a very huge underperforming there, correct?
At that time, we can only recommend you that stop putting your fresh money in there. If it is coming from
Stop fresh money.
Yes.
So my question is, if we get any notification, these funds are suddenly
notification on an annual basis with respect to the fund.
Annual basis.
Yeah, on
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Because it hardly gets
Okay,
changed.
thank you.
It hardly gets changed.
Okay, sir. Second in this, you can contract fund. You can suggest some Axis 25 and everything. Now is the fund not performing, but controversially we can invest in. We get very good returns
Right,
because
sir.
of
So
quality
if you
of
want to
stocks.
take some of the contra call in your investor portfolio, contra call means some of the fund which are like which are not showing good right now, which is like a hidden gem. So this could be the potential outperformance fund.
But these two funds are going red category only. It will be controversial.
Along with red, if you're seeing a 1, that means even if it is a red, means the Sortino information ratio is distorted, but it is not considering the Sortino information ratio. This is considering the future outlook with respect to that fund, and on the basis of that potential outperformance, it is telling you that you should allocate some of your money in this kind of red fund.
Okay. But definitely the cycles, anything fund performing very bad, it will be come back immediately after some time. Okay, we get some contraction.
There is no human judgment here. It is totally on the basis of what it is considering as a style, that this style could be favorable, and on the basis of this favorable style, this fund could be favorable in coming time.
Okay. Thank you.
Very nice question, sir. Any other questions, sir? Please do ask with respect to the strategy and category, like the way which you have done for a style. Any other questions? So suppose, let's say,
Sir,
Ashish,
suppose we are Ashish, one more question.
Yeah.
Suppose I can do chat GPT. I have immediate answer. I want who I am contact actually. Suppose we're doing we're practicing sometime.
Oh, so you
We
can
give some
definitely
immediate
connect to
answer.
Varsha. You can definitely connect to Varsha.
Okay, okay, thanks.
Thanks.
Ashish, I
Yes.
have a question. If the investor profile is not, like in earlier communication, you said if the investor profile is not taken into consideration,
Hmm.
then there will be any change in recommendation based on a widow investor or a married man?
Yeah, no, I don't think so, because if you are furnishing the data with respect to the profile, with respect to the time horizon, then it will consider the married man and a widow at the same level.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, very nice question, sir. So let's say I want to invest for.
Ashish, I have one more question for you.
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah.
Go.
When I tried with this GPT,
Huh.
okay, so I said I want to invest 35,000 SIP for 10 years now. Suggest me allocation. So system had suggested
Wait,
FlexiCap
what
80%.
what was the question? What was the question?
I want to invest 35,000 rupee SIP
I
for 10
want
years now.
I want to invest 35,000 rupees SIP for how many years?
10 years
For 10 years. Okay.
and now. The
Now
word,
क्यों नहीं सर? आप कुछ भी नहीं पूछेंगे. It is now only.
okay, yeah. Suggest me allocation.
Okay. So
In
28,000 is
this
flexi cap
case,
and 7,000 made a small cap.
yeah, in this case, why system has not opted for large cap and why only flexi cap? My question for you.
So, sir,
What is the logic
by
behind it?
default, we have trained the system in the manner, because suppose if you want to go for a large cap, you can go for a large cap, but it is being trained for a flexi cap only. Because the way the horizon is there, the large cap component should be from a flexi cap rather than going independently into the large cap. But if you want to make an independent portfolio with respect to the large cap, mid cap, small cap, you can ask that also.
We can also ask that without FlexiCap.
So no, you can ask that with respect to the flexi cap. But if you want an ideal allocation, then it should suggest you the ideal allocation. Let's say, but again, it will not consider the profile then. What is your market cap allocation for large, mid, and small? Now, this is irrespective of time horizon, sir. This is irrespective of profile, no?
And can we ask for sectoral view or
Yes, sir.
sectoral
Sectoral,
outlook?
everything you can ask. Yes, yes. So large cap it is telling you 81, mid cap it is telling you 8, and small cap it is telling you 9. So this is without taking into consideration the time horizon and our investor risk profile. So ideally it should be like 80% large cap and 20% mid and small cap.
आशीष, मेरा आपको सवाल यही था कि
हाँ.
मतलब जब हम पूछ रहे 35,000 SIP, तो
हाँ.
सिस्टम इज सजेस्टिंग मी अ फ्लेक्सी कैप इंस्टेड ऑफ अ लार्ज कैप, बट our system allocation is suggesting right now to put more weightage on large cap.
So that is what I'm telling you, sir. So when you're asking with respect to the profile and with respect to the time horizon and with respect to the mode of investment, here mode is also clear, the time horizon is also fixed, and the amount and the profile is also fixed. But now here nothing is fixed. This is totally on the basis of only and only basis of the assessment of the cycle. You're getting my point?
Yeah, trying to understand.
So there are two answers which you will get. You will get answer only and only based on the assessment of the cycle, And the second answer you will get on the assessment of the cycle integrated with the risk profiling of the investor. Now let me ask the same question here. What is the market cap allocation for large cap, mid cap, small cap? I don't know whether it will give or not. For aggressive investor who want 10 lakh investment. So
Hello.
this is very ideal number.
Good both.
81.3, 9.3, 9.4. This is totally data science
अरे
driven
यार
number.
तो अभी यार 2 मिनट रुक, अगर क्लाइंट ने अभी बुला लिया तो नहीं मिल पाऊंगा, अगर क्लाइंट ने बोला कि नहीं थोड़ी देर बाद आओ, तो उसको कॉल करके बोलता हूँ, 2 मिनट दे दो।
And now you're asking the same cheese,
हाँ
but you're
बोथ
considering aggressive investor और बता रहे हो कि 10 लाख डालना चाहता है. Now let's say what it will give you also. So it is telling you 7 lakh rupees large cap, 1 lakh 33 in mid cap, 1 lakh 34 in small cap. That means 73 in large cap and 27% in mid and small cap. See, the ratio has changed. So ideally, without taking into consideration anything, it is telling you large cap, mid cap, small cap should be this. When you are taking a lump sum investment and you are telling the system that the investor is aggressive, then it is telling you 73% large cap and 27% mid and small cap. When you are telling the same question, you are telling the investor that he wants to do the 35,000 SIP for 10 years, then it has totally discarded the large cap. It is telling you to go to the flexi cap, mid and small cap. So you have the 3-level answer, sir. So suppose if you want to do a mix and match of all these 3 answers, you are independent to do that.
Ashish, please show the sectoral valuation question. I mean, ask the.
Is this clear to each and everyone? Sanjay Rojekar sir, is this clear? Sanjay sir, does this make sense? Now you are getting it right. So there is the assessment of the cycle which is totally going different, and there is the assessment of the investor risk profile along with the assessment of the cycle, which will be like the integrated answer. So that is how system is being trained. Yeah, sir. Next question क्या we want to know about the sectoral funds, right?
जी.
So सबसे पहले आप पूछ लो कि कौन से सेक्टर में जाना चाहिए पहले तो. Give me list of
current valuation, cheaper current valuation.
Sector now. ये पूछ लो सिंपल आप. और क्या give me list of sector which I should consider now. So again, we will take question for next 5 minutes. But the agenda of today's session was with respect to the usage part of a Mulyankan GPT and how to navigate the different this section: notification, profiling node, and files. So these are the sectors where overweight means you can prioritize this sector. NW means maintain a balanced approach. UW means consider avoiding this sector for a tactical call. So financial services, it is telling consumption, it is telling IT, and auto it is telling. Again, rank wise, if you look after top 3 rank, financial service, consumption, and IT are the preferable sector. Any other question?
दिसंबर 2020 में क्या वैल्यूएशन था सर आपकी इसका?
Great, sir. Give me equity score और लेट्स से आपको बेसिक स्कोर जानना है कि सर आपको पूरा मार्केट जानना है, पी एंड पीबीबी जानना है क्या?
हाँ सर, हाँ सर.
Give me P and PBB score for December 2020.
इंटरप्रिटेशन भी डालना उसका सर?
हाँ. Give me P and PBB score for December 2020. हाँ ठीक है. So the PE score 3.5, PBV score is 0.56. If any score is near to 0, then margin of safety is extremely favorable. Probability of making next 2 to 20 month money is higher. If both score are near or below 0, then it is extremely favorable. Strong recommendation to accumulate equity as an asset class. If both are near 1, more than half of the margin of safety is gone. So आप देखोगे एक को क्रॉस कर दिया बट एक अभी भी नहीं है. So कुल मिला के margin of safety favorable है. If both score are near 1.25, then you should maintain a cautious stance. If both are above 1.5, then you should leave equity as an asset class. तो आप देखोगे तो दोनों 1.25 के आसपास तो है ही नहीं, एक ही है. दोनों 1.5 के आसपास नहीं है जहां से आपको इक्विटी छोड़ देना था. तो कुल मिला के आप यहाँ पे मार्केट में पैसा एकदम रख सकते हो. भले नया पैसा नहीं भी डाल रहे हो, बट पुराना पैसा एकदम रख सकते हो. क्लियर है क्या सर? आप सिंपल सा इससे ये पूछ लो, shall I go for lump sum or STP? What will you suggest in 2020 December? कुल मिला के सर पैसा निकालने वाला समय नहीं है, डेट में भी डालने वाला समय भी नहीं है, और कॉशियस भी होने वाला समय नहीं है दिसंबर 2020. तो इसलिए बोल रहा आधा पैसा इक्विटी में डाल दो, नया पैसा जो भी आ रहा है, और आधे पैसे का एसटीपी रन कर दो. और बताइए सर, और क्वेश्चन पूछिए. Any other questions, sir? You can unmute yourself. We can take the question for next 5 minutes, and we can then stop this particular session.
हेलो.
Yes, sir.
ये जो अभी सेक्टरल अलोकेशन अंडरवेट और ओवरवेट अपन ने देखा था,
हाँ,
तो इसका यानी कौन से बेसिस पे सपोज अंडरवेट ओवरवेट सजेस्ट
ये
कर रहा है?
टोटली से सिस्टम स्टडी कर रहा है इनके वैल्यूएशन मैट्रिक को. हम इसमें तो बस सिंपल ही लेते हैं, पी एंड पीवी का डेटा लेते हैं और उसके स्कोर निकाल कर फर्दर रिलेटिवली स्कोरिंग करता है वो. एंड उसके बेसिस पे ओवरवेट अंडरवेट बताता है ये.
सर मरीना वर्कबुक में
या
डोमेस्टिक थीमेटिक का अपडेट जून 2024 का दिया है.
नहीं सर, अगर आप फाइल का नेम देखोगे तो इट इज सितंबर एंडिंग अपडेटेड है. आप वो परफॉर्मेंस को मत देखिए, परफॉर्मेंस का डेटा तो आपको कहीं से भी मिल जाएगा.
पर जो फंड्स के नाम दिए वो डिपेंड कर सकते हैं, लेटेस्ट है इसलिए.
नहीं, फंड्स के नाम आपको जो जो है, फंड्स के जो नाम है वो अभी भी वही है, वो चेंज हो चुके हैं इस स्टाइल के हिसाब से. उसके जो परफॉर्मेंसेस है, उसके परफॉर्मेंस जून तक की अपडेटेड है.
ओके, सो बट जो ग्रीन कलर में अपडेटेड है वो
करना चाहिए आपको, वो आपको करना चाहिए एकदम.
तो वो लेटेस्ट नाम आए हैं,
राइट, लेटेस्ट नाम है वो. राइट. Going forward, we are actually going to delete that performance वाला part because that is creating a confusion. Performance तो कहीं से मिल जाएगा, but the important is कब पैसा आ रहा है, तो कौन से स्टाइल में आना है, कितना पैसा लेके जाना है. That is more important.
ठीक है. थैंक यू सर.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Any other questions, sir? Shall we conclude? So I think each and everything is very crystal clear that how to use these tabs. At least go for a notification part on every fortnight basis. You'll get a monthly average here. Otherwise, also you are getting a daily score on a daily basis on your WhatsApp. Go for a profiling note so that you have a thorough understanding with respect to the profiling of the investor. And if you want to go for an in-depth exploration with respect to the detailed working and underlying rationale, then definitely explore the files part. Apart from that, there is already a GPT here. And apart from GPT, if I clear this chart, You just go back and you can, even if you don't have a time, from next week, you will have the volume button. You will have a mic button here. Just on a mic, just ask your question and then it will give you the answer. So going forward, it will be very easy for you. Just please follow the instruction. Sir, whatever you are following, please do follow it from a top-down perspective, from an advisor perspective. And please use the I don't know what to ask section. Suppose if you are confused with respect to the prompting and a questioning part. So thank you so much, sir. And we are concluding our today's session. If any other question is there, then definitely I will be available. Please do ping me up in my personal WhatsApp. I will try to give you the guide with respect to the prompting. Thank you so much. Shall we call it a day? Amber sir, Arun sir, any question? Ashok sir? Benny sir, Guru sir? Nitin sir, shall we call it a day? Any other questions?
All as a day.
Okay, thank you, sir.